Welcome to my new video that is a gameplay I had in the 76mm Jumbo and the Walker Bulldog. In this video I use my key positions for the map Ardennes domination. Doing so I got a nuke. I will give some map tactics in this video and talk about the key positions I recommend. Let's start in a proper way. Before every match I ask myself, what is my BPM? B stands for battle rating. The initial spawn cost of my 76mm Jumbo tell me that this match is at the BR 6.7, so almost a down tier match. T stands for purpose of my tank. The Jumbo still has some armor to use and this is why I picked my support route for armored support vehicles. M stands for map tactics. My first key position is on this side of the map and this corner. From here I can oversee the area in front of me but also my right side. I can use the houses as solid cover and back up if needed. While the rest of my team is also getting to their key positions, I take care of the area to my right. When you play this support route you want to make sure that no enemy gets in the back of your team. My first encounter is a Tiger E that tries to drive through the open field without any kind of solid cover. For those who watched my map tactic, this is why you have to stick to the edge of the village when you play from the other side. Now let's have a look on the minimap. My team has set up a proper front line for the first phase of the match. We lack some support on the left side of the map, but so far we are doing fine. The enemy has the capture point in the middle of the village, which is quite normal, since this is the first key position for the brawl route from the other side. The support of the enemy is on their way to the second key position for the armored support route. I can identify some German tanks via the engine sound in front of me. In this close combat situation I know that I can angle my armor towards the enemy while protecting my weak side armor with the house. I wait for the enemy to shoot and then I take out the crew in the turret. The tank destroyer on the other hand is not that easy to destroy with the 76mm gun. While I repair my track and try to take out the Panther with some rather bad shots, let's have a look on the minimap. My team is pushing towards their second key position in the middle of the village. This means I have to catch up and help them, otherwise the enemy could get a chance to flank and get in the back of my team. As mentioned in my map tactic, the flank routes on this map make the difference. The Panzer 470 points his armor right at me. I know it will be difficult for me to take him out with my gun. There's a shot trap under the gun, but I don't want to rely on that. Fortunately, my teammate on my right also pushes forwards and distracts the enemy. Doing so I can take out the enemy, but there is no time to catch a breath. A Tiger 2H made its way down the main street in the village, and the enemy is just getting ready to take me out. I think my teammate that supports in the middle of the village took out the crew in the turret of the Tiger 2H. This is the situation I mentioned in my map tactic, where the first position for the brawl route from this side of the map might be overrun by the enemy when there is nobody on the flanks. The Tiger 2H managed to get beyond the capture point in the middle of the map, but we were able to stop the enemy. Now is the time for me to push. I already lost a good amount of time fighting off those enemies and I have to secure this flank. This is why I move onwards to my second key position for the armored support route. A quick look on the minimap shows me that we are still fighting about the capture point B. My team has a proper front line and now it is time to enable them to move onwards and get the capture point. Listen for hostile engine sounds and make sure to check every corner for remaining enemies. Stop from time to time to double check if you can detect enemies. You also want to make sure not to overpush and be the first tank in line and all on your own. In this situation I decide to take care of the main street in the village. Just a few moments ago a Tiger 2H managed to sneak down that street, so I have to assume some enemies will try this again. I stop at the corner. From here I can have a look to my left and oversee the street towards the capture point A. But this is risky since I don't have a down tier match. I might have some armor to use, but the enemy still has some strong guns. I think this well placed bomb was meant for me. However, this is where I start making mistakes. I push further down the street without having cover or teammates to help me. The Tiger 2P was able to destroy my transmission and take out my driver. I should have stayed at my former position at the corner. Doing so the Tiger might not have seen me immediately. Let's not focus on my bad aim, let's focus on the map and what's going on. You can see that my team is rather scattered on the right side. That's because an enemy tried to get past us on the far side, most likely on his way to spawn camp us. This is why you also need to take care of this side of the map. In almost every match an enemy will try to get to those positions to camp. I still have a teammate behind me that might have an eye on that area, but my position is getting overrun by enemies right now. Here you can see why I can't recommend to move down that main street as a support or even in general. Holding the corner was okay, but I should have rather backed up and stick to the edge of the village than pushing the main street. We have the capture point B, and I have around 1900 spawn points. To get back fast to support my team and to get some points for the nuke, I picked the Walker Bulldog for my next spawn. Since it is my second spawn and my team is already on their way to the third and last key position, I decide to support from the third row. I scout enemies and shoot on targets that are not focused on me. The Walker Bulldog has no armor to use, but a strong gun for its BR. The pile of rubble in front of me and a good reverse speed give me the confidence to play more aggressively as I want to get the nuke. Two of my teammates are on their way to the capture point A. The teammates in the middle of the village are fighting with a Jagd Panther. Another teammate is on the edge of the map and oversees the area to my right, at least I hope so. So I have to assume that I can push the Jagd Panther. $400 points left for the nuke. That means 2 kills or a kill and a capture point. Let's do this. Next stop is the capture point A. When you're way there, make sure to use solid cover as often as possible. Normally I would not use the main street in the village since the Walker Bulldog is a squishy tank. But when you want to get the nuke and be able to drop it in time, every second counts. In addition, I can see on the minimap that there are some teammates on the third key position for the support route. And another teammate is at the point. This means the enemy should be focused on them and not on me. The enemy at the capture point has the same engine sound as my tank and the map highlighted an anti-air vehicle, so it has to be a M42. Not the easiest enemy, but I have to push him. There are still some teammates around me and I can capture the point without risk. For the last kill I move towards the key position 3 for the armored support route so that I have a hull down position and the possibility to shoot on the side of the enemy. With the air spawn I can make it to the battlefield in time. Whenever you spawn in a nuke plane, make sure to stay low and fast. Doing so, it is more difficult for enemy planes to detect you and the anti-air has almost no chance to shoot at you. Just be aware of the most deadly enemies for close air support, the trees. Be aware that I will now increase the volume of the gameplay for cinematic purposes. I hope I was able to show you how I use my key positions for this map and to give you some tips. Like, subscribe and leave a comment if you want to, and check out my Discord server for more information and to connect with other players. Hope to see you in game soon.